Hello, today we are going to be making the Joyfull Beats pillow featuring Playing Pop, a collection by AGF Studio. We will be learning how to applique with steam seam, create decorative stitches, use the freehand system, and quilt with the walking foot and seam guide. This project would make a fun gift for the music lover in your life. It is also pretty quick to assemble and sew. Here's what you'll need to get started. To cut out your boombox pieces, you will need the following pieces of fabric and steam seam. Peel off the back of your steam seam pieces and place fabric on top and iron. Cut out all the pieces needed for your boombox. To cut out the handle of your boombox, take your 4-inch by 10-inch rectangle with steam seam attached to the back and fold it in half. Place handle template at the fold and pin in place. Leave enough room to cut out a 1.5-inch by 2.5-inch rectangle. For the smaller pieces, such as the antenna and the buttons, trace templates with a pencil and then cut out. Once you have cut out all the pieces of your boombox, peel the backing paper off of the steam seam and place pieces as follows. Place handle of boombox down, centered about 2.5 inches from the top of your 14.5 by 18.5 rectangle from fabric G. Then place your boombox centered to your handle. Place the end of the antenna under boombox, angling it at a slight diagonal. Iron boombox into place. Now that your applique is placed on your front pillow, it is time to sew the border. Take both 2.5 by 14.5 strips from fabric E and sew to each side of your piece. Press seams toward your border pieces. Next, sew both 2.5 by 22.5 inch strips to the top and bottom of your piece. Press seams toward your border. Place batting underneath your piece and pin in place. Fold piece in half diagonally and make a crease line with your iron. The crease line is where we will be sewing our first stitch. For this project, you will need the quilting sole attached to your walking foot. To assemble walking foot with seam guide, hold the foot by the U-shaped metal part. Insert the left or right seam guide into the hole and the U-shaped metal part into the foot. Insert the foot sideways from right behind the needle, placing the fork up over the needle clamp and the shank under the positioning cone. Attach by securing the clamp lever. Set your stitch length to 4 and center your needle and stitch right on top of the diagonal crease we made. For my first set of diagonal lines, I am using my pale pink thread. If you want your stitch lines to be wider than your foot, the seam guide is a good tool to use. Unscrew the screw to loosen seam guide and you will be able to adjust the width. Place the outer edge of your foot against the line you just stitched and stitch all the way to the end of your piece. Repeat this same process, placing the outer edge of your foot following the line you previously stitched until you get to the end of your piece. Continue this same process for the other side of your piece. Fold your piece in half diagonally, the other way. This is where we will make our first stitch line with the marine water thread. Continue the same process until your front pillow is completely quilted. Feel free to move your seam guide to different widths to create interesting and more visually appealing quilting. Select a small zigzag stitch by pushing button number 2 on your machine. Sew all the way around your outer boombox, making sure the edge of your boombox is in the center of your walking foot, making sure the needle follows the outer edge of your boombox in order to secure the raw edge. When you get to the corner to pivot, use your right leg to raise the foot, turn the fabric to the new direction, release your leg to lower the foot, and begin sewing again. Next, we are going to secure the speakers to our piece with the pale pink thread. Turn your fabric slowly, making sure the edge of your speaker is in the center of your walking foot. Make sure the needle follows the outer edge of your speaker to secure the raw edges. Square off your front pillow and take both 13.5 by 18.5 rectangles and fold one 18.5 side a half an inch in, and then fold a half an inch again and press. Stitch as close to the edge as possible. Place backing pieces right sides together to your front pillow. Pin pieces together and sew all the way around your piece. Clip each corner at seam allowance to make sure your pillow corners are nice and pointy when you turn it to the right side of the fabric. Cut out 2 muslin rectangles the same size as your finished pillow and sew all the way around, leaving a small unsewn portion to stuff with polyfill. Hand stitch unsewn portion closed. Place pillow into your pillowcase and your pillow is complete. Turn up the music and enjoy making the Joyfull Beats pillow featuring Playing Pop Fabrics by AGF Studio. Stay tuned for more projects from AGF, which can all be found on the BERNINA website at weallsew.com.